What's up, people? How you guys doing, man? I'm here to give you my late Money in the Bank review. Something to talk about was the opening with Daniel Bryan's promo. Promo was good, and basically, I didn't catch the pre-show, but I did catch the actual pay-per-view. He talked about him claiming that he will return and he will be on recovery to get the title back. And then Bo Dallas came and said all you have to do is Bo leave, and then Daniel told Bo to leave. So that's what happened from there. The opening match with the Usos and the Wyatt family was phenomenal. There's some aggressive capture into this match, a lot of high flying, especially from Luke Harper, who really defied gravity right there. As much as the Usos did, man, he really showcased some excellent talent from there, Luke Harper. And then with the Usos, they sold it. They had me sold in that match, and I gotta say that match was really good. And with the Usos picking up the win, that was kind of a surprise. Next match we have was Naomi versus Paige. Naomi versus Paige was a phenomenal match, and I felt like they really did stole the show with those nice high flying moves, and with Naomi really high flying, really crushed Paige right there. And then with Paige showing some aggressive showcase right there, it was almost as good as Natalya and Charlotte. But the fact that they just really displayed that type of aggression, and they wrestled, and they actually wrestled it, and have to go anything super safe and choreograph or show over choreograph and make the fans groan and say, "Oh, here we go." So glad that didn't really happen. So that's one thing I have to say to that. To follow up on that, Layla and Summer Rae, I think that match was way down with Fandango as a special guest referee. That match kind of looked way down with Fandango as a referee, so I felt like they didn't really display as much, but they could display some potential. But the fact that with Fandango as the referee, I felt like it felt way down. So I wish Fandango didn't have much to do with the match other than being the guest enforcer instead of the actual referee. Then it would have displayed more, less anchor down on the match. Instead of him being the direct guest referee, he should have been the enforcer. So next match we have was Adam Rose versus Damien Sandow, aka Paul Revere. Damien Sandow was good. Paul Revere, aka Damien Sandow, displayed some great action in the ring, but he needs to stop those heavy costumes and go back to his regular outfit and still dress under drag. That's what I have to say to that. But yeah, Adam Rose picks up the win. And oh yeah, I forgot to say Paige picks up the win. And Cameron with the pretending to sympathize with Naomi, but unfortunately didn't sit well with Naomi to say the least. And other than that, yeah. With Layla picking up the win in the match against Summer Rae. So I gotta say to that. So after that, we have the actual Money in the Bank with Seth Rollins, RVD, Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler. Well, Bad News Barrett was hurt. So Dolph Ziggler, Swagger, Kofi Kingston, Dean Ambrose, and I forgot who else was in there. Because I know RVD, Ziggler, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. I already said Kofi Kingston, Jack Swagger. Yeah. I forgot who else. But yeah. That's who was in the match. And apparently it turned out. Yeah. So apparently it turned out that Seth Rollins did pick up the win with interference from Kane. The match was great, displayed some high flying. There's a lot of anticlimactic stuff that did went on in there. I didn't think Seth Rollins was gonna win, but the fact that the obvious route did happen, I thought Dean Ambrose was gonna get the Money in the Bank. But with Kane interference, I'm glad they put a surprising twist to it because we don't know what could have happened from there. So apparently from that route, Seth Rollins did win Money in the Bank, and then with help from Kane, and I feel like the feud did further on Monday Night Raw with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. So I feel like right now, oh sorry, so I felt like that did happen from there. So quite frankly, so next match we had, which was a leeway, and I probably did already talked about that. So we go to the main event, the World Heavyweight Title match. So we have Roman Reigns, Antonio Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio, else? John Cena, Randy Orton, Kane, and Bray Wyatt, all in the main event, quite frankly. So the match we have, that main event was still stole the show as much as the other one did, but minus the high flying, they displayed a ton of aggression. Um, Most of them were just fighting for the contract, which I thought was great. I thought it was fantastic because they were all, you could see how they proved they were fighting for that title, and they proved they really wanted it right there. And that fact that everyone was crowding the ladder and just still showing some slams, some aggressive action, I thought that really sold the show so great. So one thing I could say to that is the match was phenomenal. I thought it was really great, displaying some aggression. So with John Cena winning, I knew John Cena was going to win, become the 15-time world champion, and I felt like the right man won. So, and especially in his hometown, Boston. So I thought this was great for Cena. I'm excited for Cena winning. I feel like the story can further with him and Rollins. If Roman Reigns was to win, the feud could further with him, Rollins, and Ambrose being tangled in the middle, and they have a Shield feud, all three of them feud. But one thing I could say is that with John Cena, I think he is going to do, I think there's going to be a story going somewhere with this. So, even though him being 15-time world champion. So, one thing I got to say to that, man, is it's my video. If I forget anything, let me know. So, did as much as I can remember. So, anyway, hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you on the flip. Peace out.